Bardem was angry that day, my friends, like an old man trying to return soup at a deli. At MIFF, or the Melbourne International Film Festival, I saw The Beloved, which of course stars Bardem as a great director returning to Spain to make an historical epic with his estranged daughter, played by Victoria Longino. Which is not the first time she'll be popping up in my MIFF. I was happy to see her. This is a very good but very baggy drama. It is a drama about not being able to fix your past mistakes. It's a lot of open wounds. You kind of have a big mistake is just like this ugly blob that's sweaty and ugly, and you kind of have to just kind of let it sit there. You either can try your best to apologize, but you're never going to fix this blob. And the movie keeps really hitting that home. There's an amazing sequence that is absolutely worth the price of admission of a day of shooting that keeps going wrong, and Javier Bardem as the director getting angrier and angrier and angrier. Representative of his relationship with his, or lack of relationship that he has with his estranged daughter. The movie is doing a lot of things at once, especially stylistically, which kind of does feel like putting a hat on a hat. Like when you are visiting the character of Bardem's first movie, it's in 16mm. When you are watching the movie they are making, it's in 35mm. And when they are in, I guess, the reality of the movie they are telling, it's digital. With some black and white kind of folded in. And that's when it really feels the black and white stuff. Well, I don't quite get why we're using the black and white. There's no transition to emotion. It's the same kind of thing. But when this movie hits, it really, really hits. And it's usually when the camera's close up to the characters and there's a lot of anger and there's denial and no one's quite sure what to do with all the emotions that they have there. The really interesting thing I found about this movie was mostly the Javier Bardem performance, because one, I haven't seen a lot of his Spanish work. So it was interesting to see him in his natural habitat and how kind of loose he is when he's speaking Spanish. It's like when you watch Antonio Banderas when he is doing a Spanish movie and you realize, oh, that's Antonio Banderas. But there's a distinction between when he is speaking English in this movie and when he is speaking Spanish. And English, he is much more controlled, which if you've ever seen any of his English roles, you know that control. When he is speaking Spanish, he is able to be a lot more emotional, a lot more depth, a lot kind of freer in how he portrays himself. And it's mostly for bad. His Spanish side is a rotten human being, and his English side, when he's speaking, is a lot more controlled. And it's interesting to see the divide in that in his performance. It's a really, really good one. Watching him with Victoria, who is also really good in this, is this kind of volleyball thing of them not knowing what to do, and that is why you should see The Beloved.